Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about being autistic and girly, because if I had a pound for the amount of times somebody said to me, you don't look autistic because you bleach your hair and you wear makeup, I'd be pretty rich. So yeah, I'm going to talk about that and kind of explain to you why I dress the way that I do, why I do my makeup the way I do, why I bleach my hair, everything, okay? So, I don't follow fashions and trends and stuff like that because I can't keep up with it. I find it very exhausting, I find it very expensive. I don't know how other people do it, hats off to them. But I remember in school, I would copy other girls in school because if you didn't wear what everybody else was wearing, you'd get bullied, and I was already getting bullied. So I didn't want to make a target of myself even more. So I'd do things like buy kukai bags. Like, I don't know if you know what bags I'm talking about, but in the UK, like, the fashion at the time was kukai bags and things from Miss Selfridge and stuff like that, and French Connection. I hated the clothes. I thought they were boring, I thought they were tacky. I didn't want to look like everybody else because I didn't feel like everybody else in here, but I did it anyway because it was like a survival thing. But these days I've allowed myself to be who I want to be, and you know, the way that I do my makeup and the way that I dress and everything is all based on my special interests. You know, and a lot of my special interests are like 80s and 90s orientated things, as you can see by the mural that I painted myself. That's supposed to be based on the Memphis design group in the 80s, because I love their stuff, and yeah, I just love 80s things. But also the early 90s, one of my heroes, not just for style but for animal rights activism and just being a decent person, is Pamela Anderson. And Victoria Silvstedt, who's on my top at the moment. You know, a lot of glamour models from that time, a lot of rock stars from that time, porn stars from that time, because they had excellent style and they had massive amazing hair, and you know, just the whole aesthetic of it was just incredible. A lot of my style and everything comes from hours and hours and hours of research and collecting pictures of these people, and then I'll go on eBay and basically rip them off completely. So yeah, well, and I just love to present myself the way that I do because I want it to be the 80s or early 90s so bad, but it's not going to happen because time travel isn't real yet. Not that I know of anyway. This is like the next best thing, you know, when I wear stuff that I feel comfortable in and that is from the 80s or from the early 90s, I will feel more like me, and like, you know, I'm more comfortable in what I'm wearing. And you know, that might be a bit revealing or a bit provocative, but it's not necessarily because I want attention. You know, I've got a boyfriend. It's basically because I want to present myself as the people that I look up to style wise, and people from the past, people who I find interesting and I think have great style, and people who stand out, you know. So that's the fashion side of things. By the way, I'm wearing this lovely bangle from Chewy Gem. It's chewable, that's why they call it Chewy Gem. And it's just got really pretty colours in. So yeah, the link to Chewy Gem is under this video if you like this bangle, or you know, there's loads of other things on there, mainly really cool chewable jewellery, sensory toys, that kind of thing. Really good. So now makeup. Now makeup I'm not really interested in. I just do it because it's part of getting ready and everything, and you know, I wouldn't say I feel ugly or anything, but I just feel a little bit better when I'm wearing makeup. The neighbour just looked right in the window and saw me filming this video, and it's really obvious because I've got soft boxers now. Fantastic. Anyway, so makeup is something that I do, but I'm not too bothered about it. I don't spend a lot of time on it. I don't like doing my makeup because there's so many things that can go wrong, and I like to kind of minimise the likelihood of something going wrong, especially if I'm going out. You know, I want to keep myself in a good mood. I don't want to bugger my eyeliner up and ruin the evening. So I'll stick to what I know, basically. You know, I'm very routine based and very familiarity based with my makeup. I mean, the makeup itself, I do have quite a few items of makeup. Do I use them all? No. Do I bugger? I use about 5 or 6 different items of makeup, and that is it. You know, I wear the same eyelashes every time because I know what to expect. I know how they feel, and I know that they're going to last a decent amount of time and they're not going to fall off. Sorry, I've got hair everywhere, I'm molting. Might be losing it because of stress, I don't know. So yeah, makeup, I'm a one-trick pony, and you know, I've had people on here asking for makeup tutorials and stuff, but I'm not very good at it. You know, I just do what I'm used to doing, and if I do something slightly different, it's copied off Pamela Anderson or Carmen Electra or something. It's not original at all. So yeah, hair. I have been bleaching my hair since I was about 14, and I wasn't allowed to do that when I was 14. So I used to spray some stuff in it called Sunning. I don't even know if they still do it, to be honest. It was a 90s, 2000s thing. Basically made for young girls to start bleaching their hair inconspicuously without the mum and dads finding out. But mine did. So yeah, and then one day I just completely bleached my hair. The reason that I did that is because, to start off with, I was obsessed with Guns N' Roses, and I wanted my hair to look like Duff McKagan, and I'd wear my mum's size 6 80s leather trousers, and yeah, I just really wanted to emulate that. And as I've got older, you know, I've been looking up to people like Pamela Anderson and all the blonde kind of pin-ups and stuff like that, and I just really love that look. And I've tried dyeing my hair different colours, I've tried leaving it alone and not faffing around with it, and I've always gone back to bleaching my hair. So, you know, why stop now? It's already buggered. Might be why it's falling out, we don't know, do we? So yeah, and you know, I don't enjoy bleaching my hair, and I find it quite, I don't know, not intrusive, but quite you know, difficult to do because of the fumes and stuff, and making sure that I wash it off at the right times because I get distracted a lot and all that. It's not an enjoyable experience for me. I don't go to the hair salon. I've been once since I moved down here last February, and the guy that did it was absolutely incredible, bless him, you know, and they use vegan products, and yeah, but I just don't like going to the salon because it's just even more unsolicited social interaction that I don't need. And you know, you have to look at yourself in the mirror for God knows how many hours if it's bleach, because this shit takes time, and you're just like, oh my God, bloody hell, I just want to go home, I'm sick of seeing this in front of me. It's just bloody horrible. So I bleach my hair myself now. And my boyfriend is a barber, he's got his own barber shop, so I'm quite lucky, you know, he's trained in women's hair, and he does my trims for me. That's all I need, really. I must say though, keeping up with beauty regimes and stuff like that, I'm not very good at. I haven't got a skincare routine or anything. It's just a case of washing my face with a flannel and hot water and a bit of soap. the odd bit of moisturiser, that's it. It's a major effort for me to paint my nails and stuff like that, and you know, I don't like going to the nail salon. Again, unsolicited social interaction, we don't want that, we don't need that, we ain't got time for that. No. So yeah, I don't know where these stereotypes come from. I think it's because, you know, there was a time when it was just men that were diagnosed with Asperger's and autism, and boys, and people still seem to think that it's just, you know, this kind of really nerdy kind of male that doesn't wash and plays video games all day. And no offence to anybody that does live the life like that, you know, each to their own. I'm not a judgmental person, but I'm just saying that seems to be the stereotype, and it's not true. There's so many different types of people that have got autism, and you know, a lot of them haven't even known until they've been adults, in which case they've had all this time to kind of mask and mirror and learn how to survive in this neurotypical world. And you know, we've all got our own personalities and our own interests, and sometimes the interests overlap into our personal appearance, and that's fine. You know, for me, it's a way of expressing myself. I struggle expressing myself verbally. Excuse me, bloody hell, sausage burps, vegan sausage that is. You know, like talking to people about my interests and stuff, it's not really something that I do a lot, you know, and when people find out about my interests and what I'm into and stuff, like, oh my god, I didn't know that you were interested in that, and you know, oh, you didn't say this and you didn't say that, it's just like, well, no, because that involves talking to people, and talking to people is hard and I don't like it. So yeah, like when I go out and stuff and I have the time to, you know, get dressed up the way I want to and stuff, I'll always wear at least one thing from the 80s, or like a jacket or something with all the patches on, and you know, I paint jackets, and there's always one or two references to the 80s or 90s in there, because that's how I'm feeling inside, and that's what I'm always thinking about, you know. So yeah, people need to be more open-minded, you know what I mean, because I mean, I've been made to feel a lot of the time like I'm lying about it, or, you know, I'm not like one of them. Because of the way I look, and it's just like, A, I don't always look like this, I don't always wear makeup, most of the time I can't be arsed, and B, like, it's just my kind of way of expressing myself, that's it. You know, there's no ulterior motive going on, it's just how I am. But yeah, most of the time I've got no makeup on, I've got my hair screwed up in a bun, gym gear on, and I'm just a sweaty, horrible mess. So think yourselves lucky that I've put makeup on today to do this video for you. So yeah, that's just about everything, I think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!